Hi there, Miss Kay here for your trumpet lesson, and we are going to be working on team brass again and moving on a little bit from what we did last week. Can you turn to page 28 for our warm-up? And you can warm up with anything you like, of course, but it's always good to work on the scale, isn't it? There's quite a few things on page 28. So let's look at the first tune. What does it start on? The first note there is an A. Okay, good. And what note length, or here's our word for today, what duration is that first note? In fact, all the notes in this first tune, except for the last one, they're all the same duration. Now, the duration of something is how long it is, isn't it? So, long or short notes. Now, in terms of music notation, we're talking about minims. And if you look at the second tune, for instance, that starts with crotchets. So, the first tune starts on A. Let's just warm our lips up. Play me a C first of all. Play me a G. Play me an E. D. F. A. Low A. We've done low A. High A, low A, and try both. If we go up from A, we get to B, and then upper C. So before we do the whole scale, let's play tune number 1, which starts on A. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Make sure you're breathing properly. Try and breathe after every 2 bars. Breathe through your mouth, not through your nose. Make sure you're standing or sitting up straight. Really important that your posture is good. And make sure that your music, the book, is upright. Preferably if you've got one on a music stand. If not, somehow propped up on a table or against the wall or on a chair if you're sitting opposite, something like that. So that your music is up and you are upright as well. Well done. Let's do number 2 and then we'll do the scale. So this is the same actually, but the duration is halved because instead of 2 long A's, we've got 2 short A's or shorter crotchets, 2 B's, and then up to C, which is a minim. So again, that word, duration, which is the rhythm of the tune really, isn't it? So think about how the rhythm changes. Okay. Tune number 2, page 28. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. On that last note, which is a semi-breathe, good. In the middle of that tune, you've got a rest here, looking at this backwards, here, I think, yes, a 2-beat rest, that's what that is, a 2-beat rest, so the duration of that rest is 2 beats. Okay, now we get to the scale. So let's play the scale all the way up and all the way down if you can. If you need to breathe, breathe after the top C. Okay, so let's try it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other thing on this page right next to the scale, of course, is the arpeggio. So let's just play that. One more time, big breath, do it with me this time. Well done. Scales and arpeggios are the building blocks of all of our music, so get those sounding really, really good. Talking of scales, we've got the sheet, which is on the page, on the PDF downloads if you haven't already got it. The scales from the jazz book. And we are going to look at number 1, the Dorian Scale, starting on low A. So it's A to A with F sharp, and that's the important thing to remember. So let's play it, starting down there. Are we ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Let's go really slowly this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the other thing to do with this scale is to play it jazzy, because this is from the jazz book and this goes with something like swinging the blues. So if we do it jazzy, that would be do, be, do, be, do, yeah? So do, be, 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 do. Let's see if we can do it like that. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep practicing that one. Next week we'll look at the next scale on the sheet, so you might want to get ahead of me. We're going to look at Mixolydian on C, which is very similar to the C scale, but you can see what the difference is. So now here I have your book ready, the grade 1 jazz book, and last week we did Swinging the Blues. This week I'm going to do the Saints Go Marching In. Now we think we know this song. We do know this song because we've played it on page 18 in Team Brass. If you can play it like that, that's fantastic. You know the song. The song is up here now. In this book, it's on page 14. It's the same tune, but this is an arrangement of the tune. So we might take the Saints and do it in band. We wouldn't all just play the tune together. We'd think about how we can break up the tune. So this has 4 bars introduction from your band who are on the CD, and then instead of starting on C, it starts on F. Now this is the important thing, that you don't forget to use B flat. If you go back to the beginning and look at the key signature, there's a flat sign there on the middle line where B sits, and that means that all your B's are going to be with your first finger. Okay, so, and there are also some places to rest, aren't there? So I'm going to play it first of all without the music, and then with the music, so that you can practice it with your CD at home. So where we start, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, and then there are the notes for the improvising. So practice it slowly, think about where the rests are, and remember this is in swing, so it's do, be, do, be, do, be, do. So when it comes to the improvising, F is going to be a great note because that's the scale of this tune. F, G, A, and C. Just use those notes to begin with, you cannot go wrong. Okay, I'm going to play the whole thing with the CD, and of course if you put on track 8, you can listen to their version of someone playing it with the CD. So here's the introduction. Here it comes.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Off we go, improvising. Wait till your band finishes. So I don't know how well you could hear the backing there, but if you listen to track 8, you will hear and get used to where to come in at the beginning, after the introduction, and then you can think about how I played the improvising, how they play the improvising, when to start the improvising and when to stop. So I recommend just listening to track 8 or listening to my version and thinking about, and just looking and reading, don't even play, just read it all the way through and follow exactly where they are. So you can hear how, remember our word, how the duration, which is really the rhythm, the long and the short notes, and the rests, how that all fits together, yeah? Okay. I'm going to play one more song before we finish. This is a new song for you. It's from this book. And the sheet will be on the PDFs. So download the sheet so you can have a go. It's called Big Mama, and it's on page 3 of this book. This is another swing, bluesy, jazzy tune while we're getting in that mode. So it starts on upper C, and it's got, thinking about duration, just a quaver rest at the beginning. That thing that looks just a bit like a number 7, a quaver rest. And then a dot after the C, which makes it slightly longer, but you'll get used to the rhythm if you listen to me. So it goes a 1, 2, 3, 4, ba 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 da ba ba da da da. And if you look at that rhythm in the da 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 section at the end of the first line, it's a short note, a long note, and another short one joined, tied, tight. So actually that tied note is 2 plus 2 plus a half. So 4.5 beats. So we'll go over this one again next week, and I'll probably explain it a little bit more then. But here it is, played all the way through. So have a look at the sheet and see how you get on this week. Bluesy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so that's Big Mama. Have a look at the sheet, see if you can have a go.